Okay, thank you very much, guys. This is ProGraphics once again, and today we are retouching this particular image. I'm not the photographer for this particular image. A big shout out to Dirty Studio for these images. Guys, so as you know, always we do, we are going to retouch this particular image. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, try your best to subscribe to my channel, and always remember it is ProGraphics. Okay, so guys, let's begin with today's tutorial. As you always know, today we are going to create our own frequency separation without using from any of the actions that we have. So what we are going to do always, Ctrl J to duplicate this image. Let's duplicate once again. Then let's name this one lower, okay, and let's name the top one higher, okay. Then let's toggle this one off so that we have the lower. Then let's come to the filter. Then we come to blur. Let's go to blur. Then let's go to Gaussian blur. Now looking at this image, I'm going to use 2, okay, for this image, the blur. I'm going to use 2, and let's see if for the first time we can try our best to make our image look plastic. Okay, so let's see before and after. So our blur over here is 2, so let's move back. Let's go to the high, then let's come to images. Then we come to apply images. The apply images over here, if this is your first time, you come and choose the lower because we want to subtract the lower from the higher. So now let me say this: the high is the texture, and the low is what makes the your subject's feet smooth. So let's come here to the blending option, then change it to subtract. So if it's your first time, you have to change the scale to 2 and the offset to 128. Okay, so we just click OK. Then we come to our blending options over here. Then we change the higher to either vivid light, depending on how you want it, highlight, soft light, or linear light. But we are going to change it to linear light. So let's see. You can see that. So let's group this and let's name it FS, which means frequency separation. Okay, so let's come here as simple like that. Then let's zoom in a little bit so they can have details. So let's come for our laser tool as we always used to do. And you know, if you have followed me for some time now, you know that with my feather I use either 15 or 20. So this image, let's try 15 and see. Okay, so you are going to draw according to how the face look like. So you can see, and the positioning of the head. So we have done this. So the next thing that we are going to do is we will come to filter, then we come to blur, then we come to Gaussian blur. Now over here with the Gaussian blur, we are going to increase it to somewhere 10. Let's use 10 and see. Now when you look at you look at it carefully, you can see that the skin is looking more smooth, okay, but it's like the blending is not accurate. So I'm going to teach you something over here so that you take note of this. And with this, if you continue to use these numbers in this retouching, you will lose the texture of the image, and there will be a lot of evidences that this image has been retouched, especially when it starts with the color grading. So let me show you something. So let's decrease this number to 4. And let's see if you are going to have the same texture. Now, let's click the 4. Then take this one out. Take this one out. So you can see that the texture that we're having right now, it doesn't look real. Okay, I'll teach you something. So what we are going to do, we are going to start the whole frequency separation again. And remember, we use the number 2. And I'm going to teach you something over here. So let's delete it again. Okay, then Ctrl J, Ctrl J. Okay, then let's name this one lower. Okay, so lower. Okay, then let's name this one either high or higher, depending on how you want to name it. Okay, so let's target this one off as we did in the beginning. And guys, follow me very well. Now we are coming to filter, then you are coming to blur, then we come to Gaussian blur. This time around, I'm going to use 6. Listen to me carefully. I'm going to use 6. I took my time to explain the reason why we are deleting it and why we are deleting it. You shouldn't retouch images whereby you lose the texture of the particular image. Though you want it to look plastic, but still make sure you don't lose the texture. So we click OK. Then we come back to the high. Then it's so simple. We come back to images. Then we come to apply images. Then we have done the separation already, so you can see. Okay, so let's click OK for that because we have done it. Then we come over here, then change it to linear light. Then we group it again. Don't worry, we group it again. Then we name it FS as we did. Then we come back to the low. Then our laser tool is selected. So 15. We draw once again. So we are going to draw and we are drawing. Okay, so remember it's retouching. Okay, so we have drawn. So we come to filter, then we come to blur, then we come to Gaussian blur. Now we use 6. So remember. So right now let's use 12 and see. Now when you look at this particular image, comparing to the first one, you can see now, we can see the textures very well than the previous two that we used. Now, why is it like that? When you look at the number that you used there, the first number for the blur was 2. That means that the image, this image looks, the surface looks a little bit soft. So when the blur is down, it will reveal the softness more. So we have to increase the blur so that you can see most of the sharpness. I hope you get it. Okay, so let me explain this way. So if your image is sharper, more sharper, what you do with having more texture, you have to reduce the Gaussian blur. But if it is less, you have to increase it. So that is what is happening over here. So the same image at 6, at 10, it wasn't okay, but at 12, it's okay over here. So let's add 18. Let's do it 18 and see. Okay, so you can see with 18, we're having the textures and there's uniformity. So let's click OK. We are going to use 18 because we said that we want our image to look a little bit plastic for the first time. So you draw the side. That's good. So what are you going to do next? We are going to do we are going to use the mixer brush to work on this. So we come over here and I choose my black and white as I always do. Then I crush the reds, then push it up a little bit. Then come over here. The mixer brush is over. You choose the mixer brush. So I use 30, 100, 20, 00 for that. And you always make sure that you toggle this so that your brush will be clean. So as I told you the other time, when we are talking about the mixer brush, always it looks like when you are doing, how do you call it, dodge and bend. So if you use the mixer brush very well, you can do, you shouldn't even go through dodge and bend. Yes, so how possible is true. So if you do it well, you not even worry yourself. So over here we are not mixing, we are blending. So you do it according to. Okay, so let's reduce the size of the brush and come here. Okay, yeah, we are making sure that the makeup artist did very well. A big credit to the makeup artist. Actually don't know her, but a big shout out to the makeup artist. she did a very great job. Okay, she did a very great job. So when you get a good makeup artist, she makes or he makes the retouching so easy, so easy. Okay, so come here. Okay, let's do this side, and we are not going to worry ourselves much because, as I said, the makeup artist did a very good job, especially on the face. So let's come here. So where you see highlight, we just work on that. So so over here too, we have to do the blending very well. You have to do the blending very well. So you can see here, because there was no makeup, the blending over here is something which is there. So you have to do it well. So here, let's give you here highlight. Here shadows. Okay, so here will be a shadow. And let's maintain the highlight here. So some highlights here. Some highlights there. Then this side. Okay, so sometimes you can take off this so that you can see, you can take off the high so that you can see what we are doing, if it is really working. Okay, that's another formula to be dealt with. Okay, so this is how we go about it. So even this one, it helps you to see it very well if it has really blended. So this is how we go about it. So remember, we are blending. Okay. So, okay. And you shouldn't do it too much. Okay. You shouldn't do it too much. Okay. So come here. Okay. Then here. Then let's see here. Then a little bit of here. Let's zoom out a little bit, come to this side. Then let's continue. Okay, so you can see. Wow. So let's take off the black and white and see what we have done so far. Okay, so let's bring back the black and white, the texture. Okay, so you can see. So let's take off the black and white for now. Okay, so let me delete this one. Then let's look at the before and the after. So before and the after. So you can see before and the after. Before and the after. You can see a whole lot of work has gone in. So you are going to press Ctrl Shift E. I want us to make it a very quick one. Ctrl Shift E to have a duplicate of this one. Then we come to camera raw so that we do small of the highlight adjustment in this particular image to make it simple. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's tackle the highlights first. So let's push the highlights down. Okay, so you can see the highlights down. Then let's push the whites also down like this. Then let's push the shadows too up a little bit. So guys, you can see from here to here, from here. Now, even this one, it looks underexposed a little bit because of the highlights and stuff that we have taken out, but it makes the work look so natural. Okay, it makes it look natural, and we are not done yet. We are going to continue with the retouching. So what we are going to do is simple. So let's click OK. So someone asks, are we not going to do dodge and bend? No, today we are not going to do dodge and bend, right? What we are going to do is we are going to make sure that we are going to use this dark aspect of it to make sure that it matches, right? So that you can see the highlights very well, you can see the midtones very well, you can see the shadows very well. And if you want to look at the eyes are even better. And I'm talking about the whitening. And when you also look at the skin tone, I don't see much difference in the skin tone, But maybe if you want to tweak it, I have some presets over here. I think I've given it out already with the selective colors. Um, you can try to add some depth to it, so you can see with this one. Okay, you also have this one. We have this one too here. We have a lot of them. Okay, this one too is not bad. Okay, so this one too is there. That is if you want to add a little touch to it. Okay, so you can see this one. So before and the after, before and the after. So you can choose to add this one to it. Okay, you can choose to add this one, and if you want to tweak it, the settings is over here. So you just move into and fro. If you think the reds are too much, you just work around the clock. Okay, let me add this one to this. Let's work on the blacks a little bit. So push the blacks a little bit. Okay, so always about you working around the clock, right? Always about you working around the clock, and you make sure that you're having the best out of all. So you look at your image, and if the image looks good, you proceed. Now, I'm not just teaching for teaching's sake. That's why I've relaxed to explain things to you guys. So sometimes if the video is lengthy, it's not because of that. I just want you to understand what I'm teaching. Okay. So guys, you should also know that you can't go without subscribing. You should also subscribe to support this channel. Okay, so we have gotten this, and if you are okay with that, we can proceed. So I think with this, it's okay. So let's create another stamping layer. Control Shift E. So we can name this one skin tone, so that it makes it so skin tone. Okay. So if you want me to send it to you, you can WhatsApp me privately. I'll forward it to you so that you also have a feel of it. So let's do some eye whitening a little bit. And remember, when you look at the I don't know, is it the iris or whatever, it has some colors in it, yellow and whatever. So we are going to target the white so that we maintain this. Okay, so let's come here and change the feather to 2. Okay, then after that, let's zoom in. We are only going to do eye whitening over here. Someone asked me, so how do I do my eye whitening? I have different methods, but this is one of the most simplest way of doing eye whitening. So we are not going to extend it. We end it over here. Okay, one of the most simplest way of doing eye whitening. Okay, I have to toggle this so that I can select it in combined. Okay, okay, so I can come to the other side of the eye like this, and then also draw it this way. Okay, then push it to the side. Also come here the same way, draw it. Okay, good. So what I'll do is I just come to images, then I come to adjustment, then I come to our black and white. Okay, so when I come to the black and white, I have to tweak it so that it looks natural as it was. So just move it in, move it out, move it in, move it out to the time you get what you think is right. Okay, so sometimes like this image, you can see that it is not really working for us after we have even pulled and shifted most of the slides. It's not really working. It doesn't look natural. So you can see it doesn't look natural. This is where you have to go to the second step of applying. So it means that it's not always where the black and white always work for us. So we are going to do it with another formula because this one, it looks more natural. So let's try another formula of which we are talking about. So let's go to filter, then let's go to camera raw. Then let's do this work in camera raw. Okay, so let's zoom into the eyes, pan it to this side so that you can see the eyes very well. Then let's come to let's come here. Yes, let's choose this brush. Now after choosing the brush, you have to do some few settings over here, and the settings is as much as that. You have to tweak these ones and come and tweak here. So what you are going to do is you are going to bring our saturation down. Then this one will be over where it is. Then you push the temperature, color temperature to somewhere 62 or 63. Okay. Then I think that is it for now. We'll continue pushing the lighting depending on how we see. So let's decrease our brush. Okay. Like this. And let's paint. Okay. So let's paint. Reduce it small. Okay. So let's paint. It is working. So maybe if you can't see it, I can see it. You begin to see it more when you begin with the pushing of the lights. Okay. So you can see it's working. So let's come to this side. Also do likewise here. Okay, so the blood veins on the eyes, you can see that the reds is being reduced because we have desaturated it. Okay, so when you're working with it, you need to be extra careful. Okay, so what you are going to do is so simple. You are going to push the exposure small, then you look at the contrast, push it down a little bit, then let's push the highlight small so you can see, then shadow. Okay, let's push it small, then the white. Okay, so you can see the white here. Then let's push the blacks out a little bit. Then let's come to the color temperature to weaken over here. So you can see when I bring it, you see of more greens, right? When I send it to the left, you see of more of the magentas. Okay, good. So you can push the saturation up a little bit. So let's look at the before and the after. Before and the after. So you can see, so simple. So what you are going to do next is decrease the size of the image and check if what you are seeing fits to the image. I don't know if I'll be getting what I'm saying, because sometimes you can see that the eye is too bright. So if you see something like that, it should look natural. So this one, you can bring the exposure down. So look at the before and after, before and after. You should make it look more natural. So let's push the white down a little bit. Okay, then let's push the highlights small. Okay, so I think it's better now. Okay, it's better. So let's see before, after. So before, you can see there are a lot of reds in the eyes, but you have been able to clear those reds, leaving the canvas over here. So let's click OK. So you can see it's looking good. Okay. So guys, don't touch the corner here, this side. Don't touch it, because when you touch it, there is no one that have that corner here is blue, black, or no. So you shouldn't touch it. Let it be as it is. Okay, so simple as that. So after we have done, let's duplicate it again. Then come to the black and white, and I'm going to teach you something. Okay, let's come to the black and white. Then let's crush it this way. Then take it off. Then let's come to the adjustment layers over here. Then choose your white. Okay, choose your white. Click OK. Then Control I to invert it. Then bring the black and white back. Now we are going to add glow to it. We are not going to do dodge and bend. We are going to use the glow as the dodge and bend. Okay, so let's zoom in this way. Then take our brush. Let's change it from the mixer brush to the soft one brush. Then since the foreground over here is black, then we have to use a white brush. So where we see that there is light, okay, we apply the glow over there. So what you are going to do is, over here we are going to apply, and I'm going to apply it with a one click. With just a one click, I increase it and apply it with one click. Why did I do so? Because I'm not using the graphics tablet. So if I'm trying to punch it, I'll be having different kinds of highlights, but it should be one. So over here, for instance, what I'm going to do is I'm coming down straight once this way. Okay, then I can't forget this side. So decrease the size of the brush. Then if you do a mistake, undo. Then you zoom in. So you just draw. You also draw here because they are highlights and you can't forgo them. Decrease the size of the brush, then draw this side. And that's what is going to make it look good. Eh? A little bit of the teeth was shown over here, so you have to do teeth whitening. That one, I think you can use the black and white for that. I didn't see it, so sorry guys. Okay, so let's come to this side. So this side too, what you are going to do is you can do it this way. Okay, then you come here, you come here, and you come here. Let's do likewise. You go this side, you come to this side. Remember, you have done the mixer brush, so you can see that there's a difference between the highlight, the midtones, and the shadow. So if you are doing it, that's why we need to be extra careful when working with some of these things, so that we wouldn't overdo things. Okay, so let's come to this side to do likewise. Okay, so let's push it up a little bit. So come here, the highlight over here, push it up. Okay, then here, let's do something small here. Okay, come here, then we can forgo here, we can also forgo this side. Okay, then a little bit of this side too, we can forgo. Okay, then this side too, we can forgo. Then here. Okay, don't worry. Okay, you can also forgo this side. So at the end of the day, we are going to get a perfect image. Okay, so don't worry much. Okay, so let's take off the black and white. We'll use it later. Then we come over here, left click, then let's go to the blending options. And within the blending options, you begin to move and move. So if we hit with black, you see the changes. But since it's white, let's go to the under layer. And as we are pushing, you can see. So when you get to this side, you press on the Alt key because it has started diminishing. Then you shift it this way. Okay, so when you get to this side, now you begin to manipulate. Okay, so you can see if you think this side is okay, you can go on and do it to the time you get what you want. Okay, so let's come down. Okay, so once you are doing, you should also be looking at the other places where you applied the highlight. So if you think, for instance, this side, if you think it's too much, then you can come back, then reduce your opacity. Okay, like this. Reduce the opacity like this. So 70. So let's see before and after. So you can reduce the opacity to somewhere. Okay, 50 is also okay. 58 is okay. So you can see still we're having those lighting in it. So you can even come down depending on how you want it to be. So you can see before and the after, before and the after, before and the after, before and the after. So if you want to apply the black and white, you can bring it below this one. Then you apply the black and white. So still you can see the before and the after over here. So what you are going to do is we are going to change the black and white into a blending mode for you to have a melanin skin like this. Guys, see, you see it's looking good. Okay, so you just push it down a little bit like this, and you continue to check if you still have it. Okay, so like this. So if you are using more of the blacks, then you should know that you should increase your highlights or your glow. Okay, so let's name this one glow. Okay, so as we have named it glow, you can see it is really glowing. To take it out, you can see the image looks flat, but when you put it in, you can see that you're having some kind of dimension. Let me see if it's the I think the teeth is okay. There's no need to even apply any teeth whitening. Right, there's no need to even apply any teeth whitening. So guys, I think we are okay with this, and this is one of the simplest way of doing retouching. So let's do some few ones. Then we'll bring today's tutorial to a halt. So what we do is, please, if you need the raw, I'll be leaving it in my Telegram channel, or you can also WhatsApp me privately, then I will give it to you. Remember, our purpose is to have a perfect image. Okay, so oh, so let's come over here. Then let's add the last thing to it. Then let's bring this tutorial to our end. So let's add hue and saturation to make the lips pop out. So increase it like this. Okay, then let it come down small. Then Control I to invert. Okay, then let's paint the lips like this. Okay, to make the lips pop out. Okay. Okay. So you can see, let's come to the eyes. We also do likewise. We also paint here. Okay. So guys, you can see. Let me bring down the glow a little bit. Okay, let me group it. So group. So let's look at the before and after of this particular image. Then we bring this tutorial to an end. Okay, so guys, see before and after, before and after, before and after. Let me come to this side too so that you see it very well. Before and after, before and after. So thank you very much, guys. So if you find this tutorial to be helpful, guys, don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel, and always remember it is Prographics. Guys, I know because of data, some of you try your best to download the videos, but before you download the videos, watch a few minutes, comment and like, share it to your family and friends. Thank you very much and have a blessed day. Remember, it's always Prographics. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.